welcome to Slater House Crafts. I am Jen. Today is April 14th, 2020. Hi, how are you? How you doing with this stuck-inny stuff? We're okay here. We are getting through. It was touch and go yesterday. No, it was only touch and go because, yeah, it just was. I was feeling a little under the weather with sinus things because the weather is fluctuating so much. It went from, I think, 16 degrees yesterday to 0 today. And so, yeah, so it doesn't really, my sinuses don't do really well with all of that. So, yeah, oh, I was going to take my specs off so there's not so much reflection, sorry. And I've done the shoddiest job ever of putting my makeup on. I had spoken to Helen Duffin of Sprite 966, who has another podcast out, yay, over the weekend. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Thank God that woman's there for me. I love her. Yeah, she is my knitting guru person. Anyway, yeah, so I was talking to Helen over the weekend, and yeah, we were kind of having a giggle about what's really going on in our house. Yeah. Some things I can't say on the text message because people are right there. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you're all okay. And today there's going to be some finished objects. There's some knitting finished objects and some sewing. I've got sewn 2 things. Actually, one I was wearing last week and thought, oh, and then said, no, I'll tell you on Monday, so I'll show it to you today. And I've gotten another one done since. And there is a new cast on, which wouldn't have been a new cast on if someone hadn't talked me down off the ledge again, because I was ready to burn my wool. And yeah, some progress on some knitting, some other socks, some other knitting. And this isn't going well this morning, is it? And I have a crafty thing that I made that's helping me with my knitting. So with all of that said, I am going to go ahead and I will be right back to show you my finished object. Can't go anywhere. Check out what I finished. Thank God. I still haven't washed this or blocked it, but this is the Goldfish Memories. I'll show you a little picture here for 1 second. You've seen enough of it since January. I have finally finished this little sucker. So this is it from start to finish. Oh, it is comprised of 12 sections. It was knit on 4.5 millimeter with some fingering weight wool. 3 different skeins. One of my own. Oops. Sorry, I'm dropping things. One of my own. It has lace section, as you can see. And then a lot of stockinette and garter stitch. And then it ended with another lace section. So yeah, don't have a lot to say about it. It was almost anticlimactic when I finished it because I really, really wanted this. And when I got it done, I really, really didn't want it. But it's just because I was a little, I think I was a little over it, as it were. So you can wear it like a shawl. Definitely wear it like a shawl. I'm not the best advertisement for it because I'm so chubby. But yeah, or there you go. Keep you warm. Keep you warm. Yeah, so I really, really like this. I'm well pleased with this little bit of knitting that I've done. I do want it now. The more I put it on, the more I want it. I really like the looks of it. And I've never done anything like it before. So it's a pattern by Casapinka. She did a really good job. And I went and looked at her page. And she had another cowl that I will be knitting probably in the autumn. I'm hoping that I can convince Helen Duffin to knit along with me and anyone else who has the pattern or would like to purchase the pattern. And I'll be sharing that about the middle of August because I'd like to start it in September to kick off my fall knitting because I'm so excited. Let me think, May, June, July. Oh, there's only 4 months till I can put my autumn decorations up. I'm so freaking excited. Look at it. Some people just wish summer away. Who wants summer? Nothing wrong with autumn. Anyway, so yeah, so all done, off the needles as promised last week, and yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know what I am about it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like it? Is it pretty? There are certain sections that I just caught into so much, like this one with the drop stitches, I think. So yeah. Anyway, great job, Casapinka. Great design. Check her out. I will share that pattern. Like I said, I will share what I'm doing for the autumn. Maybe we can make it a knit along, a YouTube knit along. So there's not many of them. It seems you have to belong to Ravelry to do knit alongs, or, you know, be a part of the whole Instagram thing, which for some reason my iPad can't handle. Don't know why. I'm going to try to reinstall it again this week. But anyway, so that's my finished object. I put my specs back on. It was driving me mad. I probably should wear my other specs, to be honest. So let's talk about works in progress for knitting. So for knitting, I am still working on my socks. They are being held in one of my bags. I really like this bag. The more I use it, the more I'm saying I'm keeping it because it's really sturdy. And I think I could get a sweater in it. Wink, wink at the person who knows that I'm going to be doing a sweater shortly. Now everybody knows. This person has encouraged me to knit a sweater, so I'm going to be doing that. What I've got going on in here are, I still didn't look up the name that I called these freaking yarn, but this is my own hand-dyed yarn. It's vintage, I can't remember, vintage patriotic, something like that. I just like these colors together, and they are patriotic. There we go. And for the toes and heels, I am using Knit Pick Stroll in the Dog Wood Heather colorway. There we go. Oh, very good, camera. Very good. So, I have done, I think, 20 more rows on these socks because I've really been concentrating on the next object we're going to talk about. But yeah, so this is what this is looking like. What I'd really like to do is hit these hard this afternoon and knit up to the heel. I really, really like the way this is knitting up. I really love these socks, and they're going to be nice and toasty warm. They're pretty. And I am doing this knit because the yarn that I'm using is very, very soft and squishy. And yeah, it'll be good. Plus I'm going to have some left over to send to my friends for their miter square and granny square blankets, so that will be good. So there's my first work in progress. My second, and not my only work in progress. I didn't bring Hedwig up today because I really haven't worked on him over the weekend, so, but I am going to try to get to him today and get to some spinning today as well. But the next thing I'm going to show you, let me, oh no, right, so I'm going to put a picture here, what I'm working on. Yes, I started it. It is The Exploration Station by Stephen West. Oh. Right, so let's have a little conversation before I get this out and show you. So I did this, I think it was Saturday, was it not, girlfriend? And I started it, and I tore it out, and I started it again, and I tore it out the second time, and then I tore it out a third time, and then I thought, I'm going to throw this wool away, I can't do this. I was just so frustrated with it, and I thought, I don't get this, what is going on, am I missing something? So I called Helen up, and we had a nice little video, and I tried to explain to her, which I didn't do a very good job, and she's like, I'll call you back after tea. And I was like, okay. She calls me back like 3 seconds later. She hasn't even had her tea yet. Poor Gary's probably sitting in the kitchen going, what the fuck, get off the phone. Anyway, so we go through the instructions. She's got her book. She has a Stephen West signed copy of this, I mean, not just this pattern, but the entire book. West Knits book. Lucky bag. Anyway, so I'm at a certain point in this pattern. Now, I can't say much because it's paid for pattern, obviously. But there was a section in this pattern that said, do something to knit the next right side row. So So it was my assumption that I was to reknit the last right side row that I did, and I kept doing that, and then I was off because the next section started with a right side row, and if common sense had ever taken a hold of my brain ever in my life, I would have known this, but I did not. So I had to call my friend Helen, and I sat there, and Helen was like, what do you mean, what do you mean? And I said, this section right here, this is what it says. She's like, no, you're supposed to slide the stitches over and then knit the next right side row. Yeah. That's not how it read. Not for me anyway. Thank God for Helen, because I would have ditched this thing. And I am so glad that she helped me, because I am so pleased with the work progress that I have made. So I'm going to show it to you first, and then I'll show you the yarns that I am using. So let's get this up by the right side, because I put that marker in. So this is my Exploration Station by Stephen West. Hang on, I'm gonna regret this, but I don't have a 40-inch cable, so I'm gonna suffer, I think, a bit. So I'll try to show you to you as best as I can right now. But this is what mine looks like so far. I'll bring my boobs closer. So this is what it's looking like. It is so bright and pretty and springy, and oh, I'm so happy I did this. It's so pretty. So happy. Thank you, Helen. Genuinely thank you, but not just because you're a good friend, but because thank you, because I would not have had this beautiful thing. I can't stop showing it. I can't stop looking at it on my monitor. So I don't know which wedge I'm on. I think I'm on the 6th wedge. And the brioche starts, and I love brioche. I knit a sweater in brioche, and I love to knit brioche. So I'm so excited about the brioche section that's coming up, which I shouldn't have said, but everybody can see the picture. So yeah, that's what I got so far. Yeah, getting it closer shows you how deep the pinks are in that. But yeah, and I'm so pleased with the colors that I chose. I just, oh no, I can't wait to wear it. No! Anyway, so what am I knitting it with? First we'll show this. This is that deep pink that I showed you before. This is called Preppy. Here, I'll get it close enough so it shows you the pinks. Very good. This is called Preppy. I can't remember, and I don't have the fucking tag anymore. The defining, what would you call those? The separation lines are knit with this as well. Oh, I do have the Preppy. It's Annie Pearl, Handmade Goods. She's on Etsy. I don't know if she's still dying or not. I'd have to check that out. And it's called Preppy. And then this is Malabrigo in the 803 Ochre. So this is a Malabrigo sock. And that's what that looks like. Come on. There we go. And then this is my own hand dyed, and I call it Rose Garden. There we go. So there's flecks of a brown and pink and a bright green. And then I just have this, which is just an undyed merino sock wool. Now, this looks very rustic, but it's supposed to. So my husband made this for me. Now this little finial thing is just temporary. What it's going to be is a skull. Because it's going to be Halloween. I got my glue gun out and I've got the molds for it ready. So I'm going to make a skull to put up there. And then I just got it up here and put a little bit of antique orange on the corners and spiraled it up around here. That is a pencil, by the way. That is a sharpened pencil, and I painted it with chalk black, and then I spiraled orange up it to make it look kind of, you know, rough and, you know, what do they call that? Arts and craftsy. But yeah, so that is my that is my exploration station. And those are my works in progress. I will. Welcome back. Hi. So the two tops that I'm going to show you have both been crafted from that pattern that I showed you last week, the Quick Sew K2836. It's this pattern here, under here, or under here. I have done short sleeves for this. So this is the first one that I did. Here, we'll bring Hagrid a little bit closer now that he's joined us. So this top I made with some scuba fabric. And scuba actually has this kind of thick backing lining on it. And I thought I would try it. I've been reading about it and seeing other people sewing with it. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have a go. I really like this fabric. It is a little bit more form-fitting than the other fabrics I sew with, like, you know, like this sort of knit purple fabric that I used before. It is mottly. As far as the knit goes, it's kind of, you know, mottly tweedy looking, but it came out really well. I double stitched down the shoulders, so I don't know if you can see that. 2 lines of stitching on either side of the center stitching, just to ensure that it laid flat. It rides right over my bottom, which is really good because, yeah, nobody wants to see that. Yet everyone can. But yeah, it fits great. It's warm but cool at the same time. It's really weird, like the other fabric. But yeah, so this is the first of these 2 shirts that I've done this week. There you go. And Hagrid's gonna go away to the ladies' room and change, and he will be right back. And we're back, and Hagrid is now wearing the second top that I made. If you notice that blue top, I was wearing that last Thursday, Friday, whenever I made my video, but completely and utterly forgot to show it to you guys, so yeah. So I made another one of the long sleeve versions, like this purple one again that I'm wearing. This is sort of a knit polyester kind of feeling fabric. It's very, I don't know what it is. Very weird feeling. That green isn't right. It's very toned down. It's a little bit brighter. It's not like super bright Cali green, but yeah. There's one thing about this knit fabric, as you can see Hagrid's camisole underneath it. So I will need to wear something other than just a bra underneath it. But yeah, I mean, this pattern, I'm sorry, this pattern is great. It's so utilitarian. I would make this pattern over and over, and obviously and over again. Yeah, so this is what it looks like in the back. I did a 1-inch hem in the back. It still hasn't been washed or ironed, so it's not very super flat, but yeah. So I am using an embroidery stitch on my sewing machine to denote the back from the front. So in the back collar here, I put a little contrasting embroidery stitch. I could have done a lot better sewing up around the collar, but since it's just to wear from home, yeah. I think I got 3 yards of this fabric from textiles.co.uk for 7 squid. So I will get 2 tops out of it and a pair of shorts. So not bad for 7 squid, but yeah. So yeah. Let's give them a push back so you can see the length in the front. Oh. So thank you very much, Hagrid. You're a pretty cool dude. That's so good. We'll be right back. Right, well, I guess that is all from me for today. I hope you're all doing well and you're enjoying your extra crafty time. And you're keeping safe and you're staying inside. And yeah, keep my husband and other people like him with no immune system safe by staying inside, and we can beat this, and then we can all get outside sooner. Alrighty, that's as much of the lecture as I'm gonna give because I'm so sick of hearing about it. So anyway, right, I'm gonna go. I have soap arriving from Amazon today. Yeah, I don't have to stink anymore. And yeah, I guess I will talk to you all on Thursday again. We'll see how far I've gotten with my things. Maybe I would have sewn something else. Maybe I'll actually do some cross stitching this week, or some spinning would be good. Alright, take care of yourselves. I will talk to you later. Bye.